So we're sitting down and he has me come sit on his lap. And I feel that little leg under me. Can't lift me, but he tried it. So I'm sitting and he tries to do a whole front squat with my big ass. Tries to stand up. Guess what the fuck happened?
Young living every day, giving it to you and cut straight. Now listen, y'all. Today's video, man, is about one of these girls, man, that got finessed by Pookie, man. A Ray Ray type of dude, you know. That city boy, he up. Because he finessed real heavy, you know what I'm saying? But listen, y'all. This your first time watching my video, or you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, take a second, scroll down, click on the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. On the road to 1K subscribers. I appreciate that. First video coming back from Cali, Colombia, y'all. First reaction video. Y'all listen, let's dive into it.
This is a story I like to call Death of a Dignitized Dumb. So I used to be in this situationship for quite some time. That disgusts me when I think about the shit that I put up with. But now my trauma is your entertainment. I took this man to a party with my friends, and it was like a small gathering. And the whole time he's being really lovey, really sweet with me, and then he starts befriending the host of the party. And he asks the host, can he invite some more of his friends there, who apprehensively said yes. But he didn't invite his friend. He invited 20 other bitches that he fucked with. And as they arrive, I can tell he's entertaining all of us. But he keeps showing me they're just his friends. And when it comes to fight, flight, or freeze, I'm a freezer. But it makes for great stories. So I'm observing, and he starts inviting these girls to an after party at my house without asking me.
No, she said it make for great stories. After she knew the dude invited a whole bunch of other girls, yet she still stuck around and entertained it. Like I tell you guys all the time, man, women are attracted to men that other women want. What'd she say? I'm stick around and entertain it. That's that social proof right there. That's the thing that shows her that he's wanted by other women, which makes her want some anymore. Which makes her want him even more. Hypergamy at its finest, man. These is women in the States for y'all, man. But let's continue.
Without asking my roommate. So my roommate tells these girls, nah, he's coming over, but you guys aren't. And that's when he pivoted plans. He drove us. When it's time to leave, he tells two of the girls that they can ride with us. And he was supposed to take me to my house, right? When I wake up, I'm not at my house, I'm at his. But it's just me, him, and one of.
Now, what did he say? What did she say? He told two other girls that they can ride with them. See, if a girl really didn't like the guy like that, if it was really a problem, you would have left to begin with. Why did you continue to stay and entertain him when he invited other women and then allow him to let these other girls get in the car with y'all? City boys is up. Well, let's continue.
So we see it's just girls nah, he's coming over, but you guys aren't. And that's when he pivoted plans. Mind you, he drove us. When it's time to leave, he tells two of the girls that they can ride with us. And he was supposed to take me to my house, right? When I wake up, I'm not at my house, I'm at his. But
he's supposed to take her to her house. When she wake up, she at his house and not hers. Did y'all not catch that? He's supposed to take her to her house. But when she wakes up, she's at his house and not hers.
He belongs to the streets.
So now she's acting like she don't know how she got to his house.
It's just me, him, and one other girl. So we see what he's trying to finesse. So we go upstairs, and the other girl, bless her soul, pretends to be asleep because she's not with the shit. And neither was I.
This story sounds all over the place because check this out. She says when they first went to the spot, it was a bunch of girls, right? She still continued to stay because she wanted to entertain it because she liked it. Then all of a sudden, he somehow finagles it to get two other girls to come with them. And then she says, all of a sudden, she wakes up and she's at his house instead of her house.
Out the cap.
So now she's acting as if she don't know how her and the other girls got to his house because see, it's not socially acceptable to say that you went home with this guy and you know what could transpire. Now you're saying that you woke up acting as if you don't know what happened.
Man, shit done got serious.
Let's continue.
So he gets us to the bedroom and goes to sleep on the couch. Once he's out there, she's like, is he gone? Let's discuss. So we start comparing notes, and I tell her about this hunch I have. This isn't his house. Well, it is. He's just not the one paying for it.
He gets you he goes sleep on the couch while y'all in the bed. Now, you guys can translate it how you may, but I think after he decided to go sleep on the couch, the work was already done. What man who's trying to finesse his way into bringing two girls back to the crib, what man is going to bring two girls back to the crib while they go sleep in the bed, he lay on the couch without trying to close on that deal? That's cap. But you're saying he went to go sleep on the couch while y'all were in the bed. Now, let's look at the in-between. Now, I'm going to say, listen, he already closed the deal already, so he went to go lay on the couch. Otherwise, he'd be still trying to close the deal. But see, the thing is, a lot of times they don't be wanting to tell the whole story, man. And let's continue. I got more to say, but we're going to continue.
Man was broke, and this is a luxury apartment building in downtown. So she says, lock the fucking door right now, we're gonna dig. So we lock ourselves in the bedroom. First place I check is the closet. Female clothes everywhere. I'm talking corsets, skirts, the whole nine. Meanwhile, homegirl's sitting on the bed, and she's like, you're looking at the clothes. Bitch, look at the shelf. Chanel bag, Gucci bag, Louis, sewing machine. We look at each other like, so next we go for the bathroom. Hot tools and purple shampoo. So now let's get a clue because we need to know a name. I find her nursing school diploma. Take a photo of it for my own proof. And at this point, I'm already spiraling. So I'm like, let me get all the tea I can. This dumbass gave me his phone password like months prior. So obviously I'm gonna go through that bitch. But as we're going through it, texts start popping up from the nurse. And at this point, we didn't give a fuck about him. So we were like, let's read this. This bitch had us on 4K because she goes, I had this really weird dream last night that you came home with two brunette and details every single thing that we did from the second we got in, like in the living room. So it's giving when I watch my man for my scented candle. We scroll back further. And
so let me get this right. The man brings y'all to a luxurious spot. But instead of just saying, well, you know, he invited us back, we all had some fun, you want to act like you don't know how you got there. And then when you got there, you seen what the layout was. You seen it was a luxurious spot. All y'all was with it. Like I said, they can't turn off their radar for hypergamy, man. They just cannot. It's something in them. They just have to see it through. You know what I'm saying? So you went in it thinking that this guy was living in this spot, and come to find out it's another woman's spot who he been sleeping with. City boy is up. So check this out, right? So then she said the girl sends a text message, which is supposed to be the girl who he's dealing with, whose spot it really is. You know, the spot that these women are in is the spot, is the female spot that he's been dealing with. And the woman sends a text message saying that she had a crazy dream describing those things. So that's like a indirect way of saying that she's seen them. How else would this woman be able to identify these women and everything that they're wearing? I would say she got a camera in that house and she watching the surveillance from her cell phone, and he ain't know it. So he inviting other women to the lady's house that he dealing with. Boy, that's a Pookie and Ray Ray move right there. And guess what? These be the same girls that would ignore all the other dudes that would treat them well and watch a guy finesse you out of coming back home with other women and having that fun with you in somebody else's spot. These are the guys they go for. All you good dudes out there, they'll overlook you and deal with a guy like this. Just keep that in mind. Let's continue though.
And the text. And there's voice memos that she sent him weeks ago that he never listened. So we listened to that. And I tell you, this girl was crying. I take care of you. I pay your rent. I let you use my car. You don't pay for shit. I take care of your whole life. And what do I get in return? I just get cheated on all the fucking time in my own apartment. And we read this.
Now say this is a girl who's saying that she take care of him and all he does is cheat on her and she tolerates it over and over and over again. Then clearly this is, say I gotta guess, it gotta be some overweight girl. It gotta be either an overweight girl, an older lady, and if she is attractive, her self-esteem gotta be extremely low to be dealing with a dude who's broke, who inviting women over to your house. You seeing it through your surveillance. I'm gonna say she had a surveillance. You actually see him keep doing you wrong over and over again, and you continue to tolerate it and complain about it. And say I had to put my bid in, I would say is an overweight girl who don't have no value. It's got to be. It's very few attractive girls who would tolerate that kind of behavior over and over again. Not saying there aren't, but we talking about a attractive, fit girl with options and access to guys who got cash, dealing with a dude that's broke, bringing multiple women in her house while she's probably watching it on surveillance. I can't see that, man. But let's continue.
We're like, we need to get the fuck out of here. Man refuses to drive us home, and homegirl's film instead. So I call us an Uber back to my place. So as we're walking out, Shorty goes, Drew, look to the right, and it's her, staring at us. Barefoot in his clothes on the streets downtown LA. Follow for part 2.
I'm going to tell you like this. She said the girl was staring at them. So listen, man. Yeah. Excuse me. Stop sharing. I'm going to tell you. This girl who she's talking about was clearly a female, man, who had, I'm willing to bet that she had surveillance to that spot. She was watching every move. You know what I'm saying? I just think it's really weird how she said they got to where they was and then they ran right into the girl. But then at the same time, she tried to make it seem like as if he just invited them over. He was supposed to take her home. But then she said she wakes up at his spot or that girl's spot who he was finessing out of bringing other women in. And then the guy goes to the other room as if he didn't try to pull a move on them. He got you to come over. You make it seem like he ain't try to close the deal. Listen, man, like I told y'all, say I had to guess, the man already put his bid in. Ain't no guy about to try to put in the bid to close the deal and then just offset it for no apparent reason. And the thing, like I said, that makes it crazy is that she want to sit here and act as if she didn't know, she wasn't aware of what's going on. All she knows is she woke up and she was at his spot, which is that lady's spot, with 2 other girls. As if this man drugged her and she was very aware of where she was going. You was very conscious of what was going on. You watched the whole process. You got to the spot. Your hypergamous radar went off. You couldn't help it. You wanted to go inside and see what it's about. And he had some fun with all y'all. Just keep it real, man. Most guys ain't going to be that relaxed after he invite 2 other women in and he don't close the deal. He would have kicked y'all out and invited some other women. He closed, but you don't want to say that he closed. We know he was tapping them sugar walls. Come on, man. Keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But listen, y'all, man, that's just one video. We're gonna dive into one more. This is a toxic lady right here.
I'm into a shop. I pull up and the juice shop is closed. So I'm wondering where to go, and he pops out of his car.
Hold
On this episode of My Dating Life is Insane. So when I matched this singer who's kind of pretty popular on TikTok, on Hinge, they slid my DM. Invite me to a juice shop. I pull up and the juice shop is closed. So I'm walking around the fucking parking lot looking like an idiot, like, I don't know where to go. And he pops out of his car. I think he just did it to make sure I wasn't a catfish or to not give me his address. Because he invites me to come to the studio, like, immediately. But as we pull up to the studio, because I follow him in my car, I realize that the studio is just the back house of his house. And, like...
City boy, man. I ain't taking no date. Dude said, I'm taking her to my crib. But I'm going to say it's the studio. We going to the studio, but she don't know the studio at my house. But clearly, as you guys can see by the frame of her body, that this is an overweight female. You can clearly see this, man. This woman is definitely overweight. Decent looking face, but she's overweight. But she says he has status on TikTok. Clearly, this guy can't have that much status if he inviting you over. Any guy with status is really popping for real, but he's inviting her over. When it's most guys that got status got an abundance of different women that's hitting them up. Will be women that's more fit, more, but let's continue.
Like, honestly, we were having a good time. Like, he was cool, but I kind of only was like viewing him on a friendship standpoint. Him on the other hand, he was like a whole ass like flaming yo. So we're like playing games, we're playing Uno, we're like watching movies.
Looking at her like a whole steak, a whole filet mignon.
Bitches, you crazy.
Whatever. He's trying to get me to sit down next to him. But, like, I didn't want to do anything, so I just kept standing up, like, trying to distract. And I was like, oh, I just like being on my feet. And he's like, bitch, you're weird as fuck. So he stands up with me, and we're playing with like that.
She said she like being on her feet. She don't want to sit down because she's uncomfortable. And then another thing too is the attraction level is not there. But let's continue, y'all.
Instruments and stuff. And he gives me a hug and he tries to pick me up. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow it down, baby. I'm a big girl. I can handle myself. But you are not big enough to ride this ride. I'm looking at him over there like 6'6", maybe like 170 max. He could be like a smooth 160, 165.
6'6", 170. And you so-called supposed to have status on TikTok and you inviting overweight girls over? Man, listen, man. I must say this dude really got status. Listen, as a guy, when you get status on social media, there's abundance of different options that you have. And now, option that you have, if this is what you chose to choose, that says a lot about you as a guy with some status. And then on top of that, she's looking at you like you small because she's a tall, look like to be a tall and overweight female. Look, you can see her belly. I mean, excuse me, you can see her belly like it's hanging over her pants. That says a lot about you as a guy out of having status. This is the woman that you invite over to your house. But let's continue.
My 5'10", 210 Absolutely the fuck not. The math was not.
There you go. 5'10". She's a big girl. She's a tight 5'10", 210 pounds as a female.
Oh, hell no.
That is clearly an overweight female. She's definitely overweight, man. 5'10", 210, and he weighs about 170 pounds. Let's continue.
I'm laughing. And I told him, I was like, you can't lift me. You better calm yourself. And he's like, I do calisthenics. I do Pilates. He didn't say Pilates. That was me. So eventually I do go to the couch and sit with him. But I told him I wouldn't be spending the night. Now I'm seeing a pattern. When you tell men you're not going to spend the night, the shit just gets fucking crazy. So we're sitting down and like he has me come sit on his lap. And I feel that little leg under me. Can't lift me. But he tried it. So I'm sitting and he tries to do a whole front squat with my big ass. Tries to stand up. Guess what the fuck happened? This nigga dropped me flat on my motherfucking back. And I ain't playing. I did one of these. I looked him dead in his eye like,
man, listen, man. At 6'6" and 170 pounds, you try to lift a female up and then you drop her, brother. That is a clear indication that you need to be talking to somebody that's smaller. Clearly, you don't have the strength, and you should not be dealing with no girls that's 5'10", that's 210 pounds when you 6'6", weighing $170 or $166. And you supposedly supposed to have some status. That's just a bad look, man. This girl is she could be a tight end in the NFL, man. This man should be ashamed of himself. But let's continue. And then hold up, before I go, then you try to pick the girl up and then you dropped her. Let's continue.
you believe me now? When I tell you he was shook to the core? If a bitch tells you she's big, believe her. Believe her. So, that...
She telling you she big. She said if a girl tell you she's big, believe her. She's a heavy girl. And not only she's big, she's tall. She got long legs and she's heavy, like a box Chevy. Absolutely not. We don't go to the gym to work out, lift heavy weight, to turn around and pick up another woman that's heavy. I don't lift heavy weight to turn around to pick up heavy weight when I go pick up a woman. Absolutely not. But let's continue. Y'all need to get y'all passport, man.
Killed every little move that could have been possibly developed. And I'm just sitting there like, this? Oh. And then homeboy tried to pull the, I got some work to do in the studio, so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna head out. He walks me out, And then as we're walking out, he goes, kiss my neck. Ew, that is just so gross. That was a mutual never hearing from one another again. Just
Hold on, but let's rewind it, y'all. Rewind it a
You
little
believe
bit.
me now? When I tell you he was shook to the core. If a bitch tells you she's big, believe her. Believe her. So that done killed every little move that could have been possibly developed. And I'm just sitting there like,
Now, when she say that killed every little move that could have possibly been developed, translation, if there was any opportunity for him to sleep with me, he ruined it the moment he picked my big ass up and dropped me. That's translation, y'all. That's what she's saying. When you lift a woman up, you know, that just shows dominance, you know, it shows strength as a man. And it's arousal. It could be arousal point for her. However, you was already down as a guy when she looked at you. You 6'6" and you're a $170, super skinny, right? She already don't think you can pick her up and handle her. And then she lets you pick her up, and then you drop her. If you had any opportunity left to close the deal, he ruined it. The moment he picked her up, tried to pick her up, and dropped her on the ground, it's over. And that's what she was saying. That was translation for what she was saying, y'all. And this is another reason why I always say passport, is because in this community, man, guys are ingrained to accept certain, how can I put it? Men are ingrained to accept certain body types of a woman. A woman is 5'10", 210 pounds, and you're supposed to be 6'6". Dude, it's only like 14.25% of the population that's 6 feet tall. You 6'6", you got some status on TikTok, and you're going after a woman that's a tight end, and then you drop her? This is why you men need to get y'all passport. You accept things that you shouldn't be accepting. There's no way. Me at my height now, I'm not even 6'6". I'm 6 feet tall, right? I'm not dealing with no girl that's 5'10" and 210 pounds. Now, after status, it's almost damn near impossible at that point. I wouldn't do it now. That's because I can clearly tell this guy don't really know his value for real. Or maybe he just popping on, maybe he got some status, but he don't really, it's not correlating to dollars. There's no way in the world you got status and money, you 6'6", and you dealing with girls that's 5'10" and 210. It just don't add up, man. They always want to complain about the trauma they go through, but they ignore all the peaceful guys and deal with all the toxic guys, and then they want to complain about it. There's no sympathy on my end because, again, like I tell you guys all the time, they pick these guys. Look at this girl right here. I need to know who this is because I want to stay far away from him. You want to know who he is because it's intriguing, it's toxic, and you want to be a part of it too. You want to see who this dude is because you want a part of it too. Oh my goodness, man. These women are toxic. This is why you guys need to be on your purpose, need to be on your grind, need to get your passport, you know, get your money on point so you can value yourself. You can travel the world. You can see how you're supposed to be treated. You can have beautiful, fit women at reach. And say you want to stay in the States, you will know how to value and have more respect for yourself to not deal with women that's bigger than you that you can't pick up. But listen, y'all, that's all I got to say about that. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, man. On the road to 1K subscribers. As soon as I get monetized, the more I get from y'all, the more I can give y'all. But listen, that's all I got to say about that. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out.
Yeah, got the streets on fire, feel the heat, the Wayne way. Ain't never had no handouts, put in work, I'm self-made. Superhero strength, I got the power, Luke Cage. Flexing on them haters like Drake. This is real rap, no cap. Bust it down like